And we are back with another quick view. So on this quick view, it is of Meredith Wilson's The Music Man. So this one is kind of a bit of a sad affair in terms of when I'm recording this. My grandfather had recently passed away, and this was his favorite musical. I think I've seen clips of this before, but I never watched it all the way through. And yeah, I just felt like it would be the right thing to do to just, give it a watch. I've kind of been thinking about him in general. Like, I just, have a lot of conflicting feelings about him. So it's just kind of sad. Um, it wasn't anything terrible though. He lived to be old and mighty. So it's not like he passed away in any terrible terms. I just more feel bad that a lot of the stuff that I know about him isn't really super positive. You know, it's just kind of a bad situation all around. And I don't know. I think probably the saddest thing is I don't really like I don't really like the movie all that much, which is kind of bad. I mean, shouldn't you? Well, but like you can't deny your own feelings as well. Like you can't just like, oh well, I'm like, oh, I love it. Oh, it's the greatest thing I ever watched. When it's like I didn't really, I didn't think it was too terrible. I just think this type of musical is just like overbearing. I actually don't mind the plot of it. I think the idea is pretty solid. They just cram so much. I mean, every 3 seconds they're just singing. Like, dude, give it a break. Like, let them breathe. I think uh, like I said in the beginning, I think the movie was actually pretty good, and they had a few good music numbers. Like there's trouble in Iowa City. That song I actually really like. I didn't know Shapoopy was from The Music Man, which now that I know is it's okay. I don't really like. I didn't really love the movie. There was a few scenes that I liked, but I just don't think it really holds up to modern sensibilities. What were they called? They're like the Jersey Devils or something. The quartet in there. The dude on the left could belt one out, man. I really did like that. He was a good singer. Yeah, and I think like him, the whole point of the movie is he's a swindler, and he's trying to get one over on the entire town of Iowa City. And weirdly though, because he's a swindler there, and he says that he's going to start a band, he gets everyone to get along, which is kind of cool. And at the end of the movie, he never taught anyone how to play because he's a sham. But he start playing so terribly, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's my son." It was pretty funny. I thought there were a few funny things in there. I just think like, and I even commented to my wife about this, who was watching it with me. I was like, I don't think people are even going to watch these movies in 20 years. And she's like, well, what do you mean? It's like, I don't know anyone who watches silent films or black and white films. I think movies that are at least HD quality, if not more, or they haven't had a remaster which forces it to like HD. I don't think people are going to watch them, honestly. I know this is a DVD copy, but it's like, you can just tell it was grainy before. I mean, it was just made grainy. It's not like it's the movie's fault. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really recommend it. I mean, I am gonna keep it to I think it is important more than anything, and that's something I've like learned throughout this is that it's not about if I like the movie. It's important to keep a legacy of your family, and good or bad, conflicted or unified on your opinion. I think at a certain point you have to make your own opinions on what you think is right, and what I think is right is that I watched this movie, and even though I didn't like it, even though I thought it was kind of stupid, I think that it's still good to keep as a keepsake to show my children what kind of a man my grandfather was. So I know it's kind of a sad quick view, and I will put that in the title of like, this is I don't want to, it's not just a review of the Music Man. It's more of just me having my opinions out there. And I know it's kind of a weird thing to like tell people about that, but I at the same time I don't think it is. It's just something that we all go through as a species. You can't stop the clock. And it's like I wonder what my Music Man will be. I mean I like a lot of dumb movies that I don't think my kids will like. you know. But yeah, so hope you like it, and I hope to see you in the next one.